and welcome to another episode of Dream Home Cooking. Today is all about cooking with oranges. I have a delicious menu that consists of curried orange chicken that is out of this world, and I'm going to show you guys how I make my orange rolls. They are absolutely delicious, melt in your mouth. And then I have some orange rice, and then to finish it off I have some lemon pepper green beans. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. These are so incredible and they are so easy to make. So what you want to do is start with the little frozen bread dough balls that you can find just about anywhere in any grocery store in the frozen section. And I took them out about 2 hours ago to let them thaw. They weren't rising, they were just thawing. And then I'm going to take each one and gently just use a bread knife and just cut each roll in half, because I'm going to do a Parker style type roll. They call them Parker rolls or clover leaf. All right, so my bread dough is cut in half. Now what I have here is 6 tablespoons of butter. By the way, you need 9 of the frozen yeast rolls because you're gonna put 3 in each of these, and I have 6. It's a 6-count jumbo muffin tin, and you can certainly double this recipe. I just purposefully only did 6 because they are so good and I would sit here and eat every one of them after the show. All right, so this is 6 tablespoons of butter, then 3 tablespoons of fresh squeezed orange juice, and then I have a tablespoon of fresh orange zest. And I went ahead and did that off camera. I just used my little zester and did that for the sake of time, and it smells wonderful. So you just want to make sure you get all that stirred well together, and this is going to involve getting your hands buttery because I've got to dip each little piece of roll into this mixture, and then it's going to go in this pan. And even though we're working with a lot of butter, I still always spray my cooking tins with cooking spray, even though it's supposed to be non-stick. It's just sort of extra insurance. So you want to take each little roll and quickly just put them in the butter like that. Just roll it around to make sure that it's all the way coated. And then after I bake them, I have a delicious but very simple orange glaze that I put over it while it's still hot, and it is just out of this world. So this is the last little piece of bread dough, and you can see they're like little clover leaves. So this is going to sit, and I'm going to cover it with a piece of saran wrap. It's going to sit for 2 hours and they're going to rise. Then I'm going to put them in the oven for about 15 minutes at 350, and when they come out I'll put the glaze on them. But in the meantime, I'm going to get this cleaned up so I can get started on the curried orange chicken. All right, so I'm ready to start on the curried orange chicken. So what you want to do, this is actually 3 chicken breasts that I sliced down the middle, and then for the sake of time off camera, I pounded them a little bit with the meat mallet just to make them a little flatter. So I've already seasoned one side, so now I'm seasoning the other side with my typical salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. This is a delicious recipe, and I'm not a huge fan of curry. So I only use just a hint, and that's all you need for this recipe. So if you're thinking in your mind, I'm not a fan of curry either, go ahead and try this recipe. I promise that you'll love it. It's delicious. Okay, so now I'm gonna come over here, and I started heating this and then I turned it off. But what you wanna do is just brown these chicken breasts on each side for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Then we're gonna take them out, and I'm gonna show you how I make the sauce. Then we're gonna put the chicken back in the sauce so it can finish cooking. So I'm only gonna put 2 or 3 at a time in this skillet, obviously, because I don't have enough room, but you also don't wanna overcrowd it because it messes with the cooking process. All right, so I'll just let those brown for 3-4 minutes on each side. You just watch it, and you want to have it over about a medium heat. You don't want to have it too high. Oh, and I'm browning it in 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of butter. I like to mix the 2. Okay, so these have browned on both sides. You can see they're nice and pretty in color, but they're not yet all the way cooked. They're going to finish cooking in the sauce, but for now I'm just putting them on this little platter. And I'm going to do the second batch, and then when we come back, I'm going to show you guys how I do the orange rice, and I've got the green beans with lemon pepper I'm going to work on too.
Since 1983, individuals and businesses in Alabama have relied on Wolf, Jones, Conchin, Wolf, Hancock, and Daniel for their legal representation. Our experienced attorneys offer high-quality legal counsel in commercial law, real estate, and personal injury litigation. So if you need an attorney, hire the best attorney you can. Call the experienced North Alabama attorneys of Wolf, Jones, Conchin, Wolf, Hancock, and Daniel to arrange your initial consultation, because we're dedicated to setting the standard for legal services. At Quality Plus, our motto is don't call 3, call me, because where else can you find North Alabama's finest craftsmen who can handle all of your residential roofing, drywall, and painting needs. At Quality Plus, all work is 100% guaranteed, and no job is too big or too small, whether it's new construction or remodeling. So for your roofing, drywall, and painting needs, don't call 3, call me at Quality Plus Production, 256-990-7578.
My father started this business in 1977. The people that work for us is part of what sets us apart. All of our employees have experience. All of our plumbers have been with us for 10 years or greater. Our motto at Dean & Son is quality and service. We're going to do quality work. We don't leave people hanging. We're there when we're supposed to be. We're done when we're supposed to be. Living up to what you sell and service them after they pay you, that's where your integrity in the plumbing business comes.
Dean & Son Plumbing Company. Call today at 518-9780.
Okay, so now I'm starting on the orange rice. I've got a lot going on right here. It looks like a lot of ingredients, but it's all very simple to make. So with the orange rice, I have 2 tablespoons of butter that has melted. Now I'm gonna add half a cup of green onion and 2 tablespoons of more orange zest. And then I have 3 cloves of garlic, but I'm not gonna put it in just yet because I don't want to burn it, and then it gets bitter. So you just wanna saute the onion and the orange zest for about 2 minutes in the butter, and it smells wonderful. So now, that's been 2 minutes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add this garlic, and this really kicks up the smell. Smells wonderful. Now, once that garlic is in there for about 30 seconds and you just smell that wonderful garlic smell, that's all it needs. So it's time to add the rice. So this is 1 cup of basmati rice. And before I add the liquids to the rice, I'm just gonna sort of brown the rice a little bit for about a minute. And I'm also gonna add a teaspoon each of salt and pepper. All right, so I'm just making sure this is all mixed well, and it just takes a minute to get that rice just a little browned, and you don't want to leave it because it will burn very quickly. Okay, so now I'm ready for the last step, and that's to add my liquid. So what I have here is 1 cup of chicken broth, and then 1 cup of fresh squeezed orange juice. And this is a game changer for the rice. It's so good. And it complements this chicken so well. So now you want to bring this to a gentle boil. And then I'm going to cover it and simmer it on real low for about 20-25 minutes until all the rice has absorbed the water, all the liquid. So I'm gonna move this back here because I need this burner. I'm gonna show you guys how I make the sauce. All right, so I'm gonna grab this pan. I stuck it back here for a minute while I got the rice going. This is the wonderful drippings from the chicken that I cooked in the butter and the olive oil. So now I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna reheat it a little bit. All right, so I've got these drippings heated back up, and that's a key to this sauce. When you cook that chicken in the butter and the olive oil, those drippings are so good. It just adds a lot of flavor. So what I have here is 1/4 cup of green onion, and then 1/2 of a sweet white onion chopped, and I have garlic, 3 cloves, but I'm gonna wait before I put it in there. I'm gonna let these onions soften and get a little browned. All right, and sometimes when you're working with drippings like this, if you feel like it's a little sticky, just add a little liquid. You could add water, just a little bit, but I've got a little extra chicken broth, so I'm just gonna add about 1 tablespoon just to kind of get those drippings to unstick. There we go. All right, so my rice is boiling. So now I'm gonna turn it all the way down and cover it and let it cook for about 20-25 minutes. All right, so these onions are nice and brown and we're ready for the garlic. And I am just gonna scrape that in there and cook it for just about 30 seconds. All right, so now I'm ready to add more orange zest. And this is a couple tablespoons, or teaspoons, excuse me. All right, so we're gonna put that in there. I also have a tablespoon of sugar, just to give it a little sweetness. All right, then we put a teaspoon of salt and pepper into each. And now I'm gonna add my cup of fresh squeezed orange juice. All right, and then the last spice that I'm gonna put is the curry. Now, I'm only gonna put about 1/8 of a teaspoon, or just put a little in the palm, and you can always taste it, come back and taste it. If you like the curry, you can certainly add more, but I would start with just 1/8 teaspoon. And to me, that's perfect because it just gives it a little hint. And then the last step, and I'm gonna bump the heat up a little bit, is a cup of whipping cream. And it's so good. So I'm gonna bring this to a small boil, or a gentle boil, I should say, and let all these flavors incorporate. And then I'm gonna put the chicken back in this sauce and just cover it and let it simmer on real low for about 30 minutes, and that chicken will get nice and tender. All right, so this has come to a boil, and now I'm gonna add the chicken, the partially cooked chicken, back into it. And then I'm just gonna turn it real low and let it simmer, and it'll make this chicken really, really tender. And just, I kind of like to take and dip one side and then flip it. And I tell you what else, I like to take this juice and put it right back in the pan. That's a lot of goodness right there. Okay, and now I've got one more piece to squeeze in there. And it's okay at this point for it to be crowded in the pan, because it's just gonna simmer for about 30 minutes. And I'll probably take the lid off after a little while and flip each chicken breast. Okay, so I'm turning this all the way down to low. I'm gonna find my lid. All right, so the rolls are rising, the rice is cooking, the chicken is simmering. So when we come back, I'm gonna show you guys how I make the lemon pepper green beans.
There's something about carpet that gives a room a warm, soft feeling. Our carpet also gives you something else, peace of mind. All of our exclusive carpet brands are made in the USA and come with a lifetime warranty. So feel free to live your life exactly the way you want. Get your soft carpet from the flooring experts at Wolde Flooring. Visit our new showroom in Madison, locally owned since 2002.
Well, today we're at Inspiration on Green Mountain, and I absolutely love coming up here. It is just a different world. And if you haven't come up to Inspiration, you need to come up here and look and see how absolutely gorgeous this particular community is. We got started in here about 1.5 years ago, and we literally have probably built 50 to 60 homes in the past 1.5 years. I was able to purchase this from a bank, and got a great deal on the property, and so I've got everything priced below market in here in order to be able to pass my savings that I saved on the property back to the customers. So there's tremendous value and a tremendous opportunity at Inspiration right now. And we developed phase two. Phase two, we're gonna ride through in just a minute. Tons of construction. And now you hear that beeping sound. Now we're into to phase three. And so as you can see, we've got heavy equipment that's being moved. And it'll probably take us about 100 to 120 days to complete phase 3. Phase 3 will have basement home sites, crawl space home sites, but it'll also have some bluff home sites as well. So we're real excited about phase 3, and there's just no other place in Huntsville that you can get a beautiful wooded home site with an abundance of wildlife. Wildlife is all over the community. You'll wake up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, and there'll be deer in your backyard. Absolutely gorgeous. So let's go look at the construction activity in phase 2 now. So now we're in phase 2 of Inspiration, and we probably have 15 homes under construction at this particular point. And it's just a great opportunity to come out to Inspiration and you know, spend a couple hours out here looking around, because we do have so many homes that we have under construction. It gives you an opportunity to walk through several different floor plans that we offer out here. And a lot of these floor plans out here, the homeowners have kind of tweaked, and they've kind of, you know, we've kind of customized the floor plans for them. And as you can see, this is where your home site is going to start. It's going to start with a beautiful wooded home site. And you'll meet the tree removal company out here when we get started, so that you can basically tag exactly what trees that you want to remain on your home site. So when we get through, you end up with something that's not common in Huntsville, and that is a beautiful wooded home site. You know, when people come up here, we call it Inspiration for a reason, because it'll inspire you to make a move. And so there couldn't have been a better name for this particular community, Inspiration on Green Mountain, because truly, with the amount of activity, when people come up here, they just get excited, and it makes them, you know, want to move. And these are some folks that have just moved in here. And these home sites here are actually on the bluff. They've got a gorgeous view of Hampton Cove. And typically a home site like this would probably sell for $300,000 to $350,000 in an area like the Ledges. And we're able to sell these home sites for pennies on the dollar for what they would be selling for in the Ledges. So there's a tremendous amount of potential appreciation up here at Green Mountain. And there's a lot of people who see that, and that's the reason why they purchased it, because not only is it beautiful, but it's also going to be a great investment long-term in the future for them. All right, so if you're looking for more information on Inspiration, now is the time. We are selling like crazy up here, and it is a great opportunity to come up here. We're taking priority position reservations on phase 3, so now is the time to act at Inspiration. So we invite you to come up, give us a call at 830-9000, or log on to our website, woodlandhomes.com, or just simply send me an email, and that's MikeFriday@woodlandhomes.com. See you at Inspiration.
In choosing a contractor in today's market, you know, finding someone that is going to take care of you and make sure that you're happy with their product, with the quality, it's not an easy task today. The most important thing to me is doing what you say you're going to do, taking care of the customer, installing a product that is superior. My motto is, call the lady with a team you can trust, and I feel confident that we are a team that you can trust.
Okay, we're back, and I'm getting ready to work on my green beans. I've got the curry chicken just simmering back here. I took the rice, just took it off the burner because it was completely done, nice and fluffy. So now the last step is the last thing I'm going to do are the green beans and the orange rolls. I took 3 tablespoons of butter, melted it, and then I have a half a cup of slivered almonds, and I'm going to brown these almonds in this butter. Okay, and I have a pound of fresh green beans that I steamed for about 10 minutes just to make them a little tender but not mushy or soggy. So you remember to steam those first before you do this step. So there is a fine line between browning and burning almonds like this, so just really stay on top of it and watch it. And when you see that butter turning a caramel color, then it's time to just turn the heat on low, because that's all you need to brown them. All right, so then I'm going to just use my hands and put these into the pot. And then I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of lemon pepper seasoning. All right, and then I just stir it to coat all the green beans with the butter and the almonds, and it's done. So this is a really, really simple side dish to make. It's beautiful in color for the meal that I'm doing today. And it tastes delicious too. Okay, so the green beans are done. I'm just gonna let them sit there a minute. Now here are the famous orange rolls. And see, I covered in saran wrap and they rose for 2 hours. So now I'm just gonna put them in a 350 oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. You wanna watch it. All right, so about 12 to 15 minutes on that. So while those are baking, I'm gonna go ahead and do the glaze. This is an orange glaze. It's so simple. It's 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, and then 3 tablespoons of fresh squeezed orange juice. It doesn't take a lot at all. And I'm just gonna stir this with a fork, or you could use a whisk, until it's nice and smooth. And then when the rolls are hot and out of the oven, I'm gonna take a spoon and just drizzle the glaze all over the rolls. Today, our featured community is Inspiration on Green Mountain. And I'm telling you, if you guys haven't been on the mountain to see this community, I highly encourage you to go out there. We have a gorgeous model home, and they're open 7 days a week. They have incredible school systems out there, great shopping, restaurants, easy access to anywhere in Huntsville. It is one of our hottest communities right now. It's only been on the market for a couple of years, and the houses that are going up, the people that are buying houses out there are just, it's amazing. And it's an amazing group of families that are building up there, just nice, nice people, already a very close-knit community. So I highly encourage you to take a visit out there, and Mike will tell you some of the new things we have going on at Inspiration when he comes to taste all of this delicious food. All right, so now you can see that the glaze is nice and smooth. So I'll just set it aside until the rolls come out. And when we come back, Mike will be joining us to tell us all about Inspiration, and we're gonna taste some of this delicious meal.
I had the best dream last night. We were building a new house or remodeling, and I found the most gorgeous tile. Tumbled noche for the master bath, Venetian gold granite for the kitchen, and a beautiful custom backsplash. And while shopping, I ran into Jean-Luc.
So, you're heading to Jenkins Brick and Tile today?
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
Jenkins Brick and Tile, Madison Boulevard in Madison. We'll show you the tile of your dreams.
When we came to looking for a cabinet company and a manufacturer to use, and with Wellborn being the selection, Wellborn has a good foundation within the company and the folks that run their company. And when you have a good foundation, things typically follow suit with that, and things will stay steady. Their values, I feel like, are on a solid foundation. I feel like their true intent is to build a product that will be a lasting product. You're going to love what you see.
Wellborn Cabinets, the essence of cabinetry, at Woodland Homes of Huntsville.
All right, we're back, and it's Orange Day on Dream Home Cooking.
Well, it smells good day to me. I mean,
Oh,
it smells
good.
fantastic. So I
Thank
remember you made those a
you.
couple weeks ago, and that's going to be the first thing I'm going to go
I
after
know.
right there.
That's why I only made 6
those
instead
are like
of 12.
those are like Krispy Kreme rolls.
Yeah, they are so good, and they're so easy to make. So,
And what else you got?
I've got my curried orange chicken,
Yeah.
the orange rice, and then some green beans with a little browned almonds in it and some lemon pepper. So I was telling the viewers a little bit about Inspiration, and I know that that is wide open
It
up
is.
there.
It is. We have just completed phase 3, so we have 30.
Amazing.
36, 37 new home sites. And what's great about phase 3 and really all of Inspiration is the fact that we've got just a variety of different products. And what I mean by that is, you know, most of the construction in Huntsville's been down in the valley, you know, where it's flat and level. But we're up on a mountain, and so it's a little rolling. It's not mountainous, but it is a rolling. It's got terrain to it, and we're able to build full basement homes. And you know, that's a product that nobody is building just because they don't have the land in order to be able to build basements. So we've got you know, probably 10 or 15 beautiful basement home sites, and every single one of them that we've built so far have sold before we've completed them. And it's just because it's a rarity. People like the basements. They like the basements for storm protection. They like them because it's, you know, cost effective. We're doing full basements at like $35 a square foot unfinished. So you get a lot of bang for your buck out of your basement.
We loved our basement for our teenagers when they had all their friends over.
So there was a couple last week that's got 3 kids, and it's like, we love this plan because we can send our basements, our kids downstairs in the basement, and so it's a great product. So if you haven't seen our basement product out at Inspiration, you got to come out and look at that. But you've got gorgeous bluff views.
Breathtaking.
You got crawl spaces, and what's so nice about it, it's just a very nice wooded piece of property, and it is nature abounds up at Inspiration. I was pulling out of there the other day, and there was a doe and a little fawn go right between lot 6 and lot 10, and it was just walking through the neighborhood. So if you want great neighbors, Inspiration is definitely the place that you want to come and look at.
And don't you feel like the air feels cleaner up there? And I just love it up there.
It is. And I tell you, a lot of people these days, we've got a new program that's called our Great American Trade-In Program. And you know, we've talked about trade-ins for a while, but now this program is really kicking off, and it is real simple. You select a home site and you purchase your new home. We'll come out and we'll do an analysis on your home, and then step 3 is you make your move. So it's easy as 1, 2, 3, and it is a fantastic program. And it's basically, for our customers, it's a safety net. So if they don't sell their home, then we're going to be able to buy the home after they, you know, before their home is, while their home is under construction and completed. So.
Absolutely. I think that takes away a big stress factor for families when they know that they have that to fall back on if need be.
It does.
That's the biggest thing, is selling your existing home
to
get into the new one.
We have a full-fledged real estate company, Woodland Real Estate, and you know, we have so many customers that are coming in, and there's a lot of times that our product will fit their needs, but there also times people are looking for an existing home that may be 5 or 10 years old. So, you know, there's just a great opportunity no matter what, if you're looking to do, whether if you're looking at buying, selling, building, you know, so we've got it going on right now at Woodland Homes. So for more information on any of our communities, give us a call at 830-9000, or you can log on to our website and get all the information you need, including...
Well, you can get the recipes on there, and you can also friend us on Dream Home Cooking with Woodland Homes, and Woodland Real Estate.
Absolutely. And don't forget, our sponsors do a great job for us. And if you need work in your home, contact one of our sponsors. They'll do a great job for you. So I told you, I'm going after the rose first. So let's dig in.